Hey guys, greetings and salutations. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to everything. Before we begin, I want to give you guys a quick shout out and thank you for being so awesome and so amazing. And thank you guys for all the love and support and everything you have been giving me. Anyway, let us dive right into today's topic, and then I will take questions. I will, we'll have fun with it. Sorry for the noise. I'm at a shared office space. They're usually not this loud, but today, for some reason, they are. And anyway, let's get in. So today we're going to be talking about the coronavirus. As you know by now, the coronavirus is turned into this big pandemic. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. I want everyone to know that I'm on the stream, so I'm doing a quick come join my stream tweet. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, we're good. Now people on Twitter can come join the stream. All right, cool. Let's start over again. Today we're going to be talking about the coronavirus. I've made a video about this before, but I kind of want to go back and talk about what it is. And if you want to see that video, I will leave that in the description below. All right, let's get into this. All right, so the coronavirus, which is also called COVID-19, is a large family of viruses that are common in people and many different species of animals, including camels, cattle, cats, and bats. Rarely, animal coronaviruses can infect people and then spread between people, such as what we now have as the coronavirus. Excuse me, 1 sec. Excuse me. So I'm on the CDC, the Center for Disease Control website, and it seems like the coronavirus is a combination of 2 other viruses. So I'm going to quickly tell you what these are. Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. So it is a combination of something called MERS, which is MERS. Middle East Respiratory Syndrome is an illness caused by a virus called, and I told you what it is. Most patients develop severe respiratory illnesses with symptoms of fever, cough, shortness of breath, and about 3 or 4 out of 10 patients reports have died from MERS. So that's interesting. But anyway, the coronavirus seems to be an upper respiratory illness, and I'm looking at my notes here. Sorry about that. In a day or a 2-month span between January 30th, when it became popular, and now, there have been over 101,000 cases of the coronavirus, and it's crazy. The whole thing is absolutely nuts. Looking at the CDC website, they're kind of telling you that it's a combination of 2 other viruses, upper respiratory viruses, but people do not know if it started in animals. How did it get to a human? And then how come it has spread so quickly? According to the CDC, people get the coronavirus by human contact. So you only have to be within 6 feet of the person in order to contract this disease. And I'm going to read to you, I guess, some of the cases in the US, because I feel like most of my audience is from the US. So we have had 938 cases of the coronavirus, and there have been 29 deaths. There are 38 states and the District of Columbia have reports of the coronavirus. So out of 50 states, 38, including the District of Columbia, have contracted. There have been cases of the virus, and 29 people have died, which in the grand scheme of things isn't really a lot of people. I really don't understand. So wait, I want to look up how many people there are in the US. How many people live in the US? Oh, according to Google, there are 327.2 million people as of 2018 that live in the US, and only 29 people, excuse me, according to the CDC, at this current time have died. That is not a lot of people at all. It's unfortunate, but it's not a lot of people. But if you watch the news, if any of you have been watching and paying attention to the news or on Twitter, you would think that at least 200 million people have died from the coronavirus. That is what the media and the news are making it out to be. And before we continue with opinions and everything, let's go to the comments. Give me 1 second. What I do with comments? I had a pop-up comment section. So Andre, we have 3 comments. You are the best. So they also say they agree. They've given me a thumbs up. And is this going to upload like a video? Yes. Every time you do a stream on YouTube, it later uploads like a video. So let me kind of give you my opinion of this whole coronavirus thing and what I think of it. What I think of some of the people in this world who are freaking out about it. Let me just give you an overall view of how I feel when it comes to these kinds of things. But first, let's do a quick overview, quick recap of what I just said. The coronavirus is a combination of 2 other upper respiratory issues. They are the seem to originated in China, and you can find the actual coronavirus in cows, bats, animals of that nature. And in order to contract the virus, you have to be within 5 to 6 feet of the person. As of right now, in the world, there are 110,000 cases of the coronavirus, 938 cases in the US, and 29 deaths. I want to look at the world to see how many people have died from this. Also, people who have gotten the coronavirus according to the CDC, who die from it are either elderly or have serious pre-existing conditions. So, first and foremost, let me kind of give my opinion of what's going on and how I feel. First of all, I was raised on the notion that if you're going to get God, you're going to get God. Meaning, if something's meant to happen to you, especially when it comes to death, illness, whatever, it's going to happen regardless of what you do. Number 1. Number 2, let me backtrack. So, all these people who have been freaking out about the coronavirus, all of these events that have been shut down, all of these colleges that have decided to continue their college classes, tell everybody to stay home. I think we're going a little overboard, to be honest with you. According to the CDC, the best practices to, I guess, beat this virus or to prevent getting this virus is regular hygiene, regular cleanliness, and to just wash your hands. That is what the CDC and anybody who has common sense has said as a preventative measure. So as long as you do those two things within reason, and you're not elderly or you don't have a pre-existing condition that would knock down your immune system, just keep living your life. Like, stop with the masks, in my opinion. Stop freaking out. These whole, I'm not going to shake your hand, I'm going to touch your elbow, all that is just dumb. I mean, I think it's very important that you carry hand sanitizer with you to begin with, especially when you're shaking someone's hand, because coronavirus or not, you don't know where the other person's hands have been. And it's just important to, take those preventative measures. But I think we are really going overboard with this. I live on the East Coast of the US, and there are quite a few colleges that are that have closed the spring semester, like the rest of the semester, and have told everyone to stay home and they will be doing online classes. Number one, that's great, that's awesome. But not everyone has internet access in their home. Not everybody has a computer who's in college. And you may be surprised, not everyone who is in college has a home. So I do not think that it is fair to just say we're going to cancel classes and you're going to do your assignments online. That just makes absolutely no sense. Just, if you really need to cancel classes altogether. You don't know everyone's living situation, and I think it's extremely inconsiderate of most colleges to put this out there, unless you're going to provide resources to some of these college students that are as privileged as others. The other thing I noticed is, yes, even though they are closing college campuses down for the remainder of the semester, one of the colleges in my area is still allowing sports, which makes absolutely no sense. A lot of college kids, if you're involved in sports, do a whole lot of traveling. They are in constant contact with people, and those are the ones you would think that would get the coronavirus in comparison to everybody else. So if everybody else has to stay home, why aren't the kids playing sports, stay home? It's just another thing where our priorities in this world are just stupid and jacked up. Let me see if we have any more comments. At the moment, we do not. All in all to say, this whole thing is ridiculous. I just read an article on The Atlantic that's talking about how the best way to stop the coronavirus is social distancing, basically meaning just stay in your house, or stay away from other people. Trevor Noah talked about this on his show last night. The title of this article is to cancel everything. We cannot and we should not cancel everything. We need to keep living. We need to keep doing what we're doing. We need to take the preventative measures that we should, such as hand washing and hand sanitizer. But we should not be canceling everything over this outbreak. It makes absolutely no sense. I get really angry because I was talking to a friend yesterday and we were kind of comparing and contrasting the coronavirus and other things that have happened in the world. I'm not saying the coronavirus isn't real. But what I am going to say, obviously it is real, but what I am going to say is that I find it really strange that with our upcoming presidential election, I feel like the more the coronavirus is hyped up, we as a nation are not paying as much attention to what's going on with our politics. That is not to say that people would pay attention regardless, but I just find it really funny that the same time as our presidential US election, everyone's going crazy. The media is making a big deal about the coronavirus, which it is. All I'm saying is, and I talked to a friend about this last night, I have a feeling that once the presidency and things like that slow down and we're able to solidify the Democratic nominee and solidify the Republican nominee, a lot of this coronavirus hype will go down. The same thing as the H1N1 flu that happened 10 years ago. There was a big hype, and all of a sudden it died down. The same thing with these caravans that were in danger of coming to over the Texas border and kidnapping and raping women and all that nonsense. It died down. I know the coronavirus is a real thing, but I also feel like the more we talk about it, the more we hype it up, the more people are not paying attention to some of the other issues in the world. I want to right now, let's see, how many people live in the world? World. Okay, so according to 2017, 7.53 billion people live in the US, right? There have been 110 recorded cases of the coronavirus as of now, according to the CDC. Now, how many people have died from the coronavirus? I just want to make sure I get this correctly. Okay, so there's live updates. I'm sorry. www.worldleaders.info. Here is live updates of the coronavirus. Okay, let's break this down. There are 7.5 billion people as of 2017 that live in the world. There have been 125,815 cases of the coronavirus, right? And there have been 4,607 deaths caused by the coronavirus. So let's put that in perspective. 7.5 billion people live in the US and 4,000 people have died. You can do the math. I'm not going to. The point is, that is not a lot of people. If I were to pull out my phone, which I'm about to do right now, and do a calculation, that is 3.7 divided by 4 point. Crap. I want to do this right. Shoot. No! I can't do math right. I can't do a calculator right. Damn it. Okay. 0.7 divided by 4,607. With a whole lot of zeros in between. That's not even a percent, 1%. If my math is correct, you guys are going to have to correct me on this. That is not even 1%. of the world's population. So I do not understand. Yes, people are dying, but people die every day. And from according to my math, which is never right, but I believe I am right, correct me in the comments if I am wrong. That's not even a percent. That's not even 1 point percentage. How many? I want to look up how many zeros are in a billion. How many are in? There are nine. There are 9 zeros in a billion. Okay, cool. So let's do this again. We're gonna do 7, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let me actually take away a 0. I think I have to take away a 0. There we go. Divided by 4,607. Or should I have done times? It doesn't matter. The point is, that's not a lot of people. And the fact that we're freaking out about this is absolutely ridiculous. Somebody says, are you nervous about the coronavirus? No, I'm not nervous about the coronavirus. If I'm meant to get it, I'm going to get it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if I'm meant to get God, if something's meant to happen to me, it's going to happen to me regardless. So in my personal opinion, I do not think everything should be canceled. I think we should go on about our lives. As far as colleges that are closing down for the remainder of the semester, but still want to hold online classes, you should consider that not everyone has a computer or internet access or a home. You should also reconsider why you can't have college classes, but your athletes can still play sports. That's another thing that makes no sense to me. Also, I read some articles. All the jobs out there that are telling their employees to stay home if they feel sick, they will not be penalized. Do you guys have something in place to help pay your employees, like paid time off or things of that nature? I hope so, because not everybody can take off of work. I guess the thing I gotta say is just keep living your life, keep doing you. Stop with the whole conspiracy thing. Like, it's serious, but if we also realize that no matter what we do, certain things are gonna happen to us, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna survive this, God willing, just like we survived every other sickness that has plagued our country as of now. The last thing I kind of want to touch on is YouTube, because I put it in the thumbnail and I should have done more research, because yesterday YouTube basically said that you're a creator and you get your video monetized, meaning you make money from YouTube. Anything that mentions the coronavirus, your video can become demonetized, meaning you cannot make money anymore. But today, YouTube has announced a change regarding this. Basically, you can make money now. So many people made a huff about it and said it wasn't fair, and YouTube realized, oh shit, I made a mistake. We should not have demonetized. Because not everyone's videos have been demonetized or were demonetized yesterday. A lot of the bigger creators who have millions of subscribers and are really popular, if they've talked about the coronavirus, they could still make money off of it. So as usual, YouTube shows favoritism. In my opinion, it's not always about the creator that they the creator, if they're likable, it's about how much money YouTube can make from said ads. So money talks. If you have a big platform and YouTube can make a lot of money off of you via the ads, I guess you're kind of above everybody else. It's been proven time and time again, regardless of it's the coronavirus, if it's the Paul brothers and some of the crap they've done over the years. Money talks. YouTube knows it, and I think we need to make more of a fuss as creators when issues like this come up. If you're going to demonetize a smaller creator, you need to demonetize all the creators, not just the ones that make you the most money. And that's kind of where I stand on that issue. Let us check the comments. That's a joke. Someone said, that's a joke. If I'm sick, I can't stay home. That's a joke. If I'm sick, I can't stay home. Exactly. Not everyone, I'm just reading the comments, guys. Not everyone has the option to stay home. Some people have families. Some people can't afford to take off from work. I think it's great that your job is not going to penalize you, but they need to have something in place to help you so that you can still make some kind of money. I know the Trump administration is trying to pass a bill so you can get financial aid if you cannot go back to work. But that's great. That's wonderful. I'm glad Trump is finally doing something presidential, but at the same time, I feel like your employee or employer should have something in place as well. So before I go, you guys have any questions for me? Are you guys in college? What are your thoughts on the coronavirus? Do you think we should close ourselves off? What are your thoughts on the coronavirus? I'd love to know. I'm gonna take a sip. Give me 1 second. I'd love to know your thoughts on the coronavirus and things that are happening. Do you think we should stay home? Do you think that your employer should have to pay or have some kind of compensation? Comment and let me know. Tell me what you think. I'm just drinking something. Do 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 do. No one wants to hear me hum. Let's see if we have anything in the comments. We don't really have anything in the comments. I know that the coronavirus, it is a sensitive topic, but it also, which I don't understand. I guess the reason why my videos not getting a lot of traction is because it is a sensitive topic. I don't think this is a sensitive topic. I think it's something the media is not making it a sensitive topic, so YouTube should not be making it a sensitive topic as well. Let me see. Well, I guess that is where I am going to end today's stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the stream today. As always, you guys are super supportive. You always give me feedback. You always tell me what you like and you tell me what you don't like. And I really appreciate that. So again, just to recap everything I've said, hopefully that sparks something. The coronavirus is an upper respiratory infection. It is a combination of two other respiratory infections. They are found in cattle and bats. and cats. I saw cats as well as a option. Situations. What did I say? The corner. It's even though it's found in the other animals that I've said, its origins are bats. So I do not understand how it went from a bat. From a bat to a human. Hopefully, we can figure that out. We probably never will. Anyway, once a human gets it, it's highly contagious if you are in 6 feet of one another. The best practices for keep preventing yourself from getting the coronavirus is basic hygiene, washing your hands. Make sure you wash your hands for 20 seconds, and as long as you take those preventative measures, it seems like as long as you're not old and as long as you don't have a poor immune system or pre-existing conditions, according to the CDC, you should be fine. Let's see. I guess if you live anywhere on the West Coast, try to limit your traveling. I know no one's allowed to go in and out of Europe. And really quick, I'll give you, what do you call it? Symptoms. If you've ever had the flu, according to the CDC, the symptoms are flu-like, and if you can get tested and you feel sick, you should. So yes, upper respiratory infection, combination of 2 other respiratory infections, and it's transmittable between humans of 6 feet or closer. Hopefully, you live in a state where you can get tested. There are quite a few colleges that are thinking about shutting down for the semester unless you play a sport, which I don't understand. And everyone wants us to, according to a lot of websites, they want us to do social distancing, which is staying away from everybody else, which I think is really stupid. My thoughts are just to continue doing what you're doing. Live your life. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it. Hopefully you don't die. And that's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll be back tomorrow at 5:30 with another stream on whatever's going on in tomorrow's news. And I will leave everything I talked about in the description below. I'll leave you guys articles to the YouTube article I mentioned, the CDC. You can look up how many people live in the US, all the deaths, everything like that. So, yes, love you guys. Thanks for the support and have a wonderful day. Bye.